Hey, how's it going, everyone? I want to go over a special video for you guys. As yesterday on our Breakfast with Bulls, I did say anybody in the comment section that commented in the comment section with their tickers, I was going to go over them today. So I did get our 10 tickers, and I'm going to go over these with you guys. So before we get into this, quick disclaimer: anything we do mention is purely for entertainment purposes. If you guys would like financial advice, recommending contact financial professional. However, we have been going play by play, day by day throughout the whole year. So if you guys want to see more entries and breakouts, all you have to do is subscribe, hit the bell notification, and you will be notified at a timely matter. And again, much love to everyone that does subscribe. We do go all out Monday through Friday on entries and breakouts. So again, be on the lookout for more of those. Now, we are going to go into these 10 stocks. I do think some of them are good plays. Some of them I think are not such good plays. But the first one off the bat, we are going to go over EYES in a second, but I'm going to go over WTI here. As you can see, WTI looks like it could break out. It looks like it's creating a nice symmetric triangle. It could break out, but again, we did create higher highs. It does look like it could continue as the volume looks to be picking up. But however, there is more sell volume, and it looks like the buy pressure here on the MACD is starting to decrease. And again, we are oversold here on the 70 RSI. It looks like it could be coming back down. We want to make sure we're careful. But again, if I had a breakout point for this one, I do want it to break $5. I think WTI, with the volume that it's been having, definitely could break that. So again, we are going to see if this does break our symmetric triangle. And if it does break $5, again, we did mention this one yesterday on our Breakfast with Bulls, but somebody did mention in the comment section, so I'm going to mention it on here. WTRH. I want to go over this one as well. I like this one in particular. I think this one could break out. I'm going to go on the 4-hour here so you could see. In the 4-hour, you could see that we did create a symmetric triangle. We did say that we're going to buy around these two circles here. As you could see, we did call bullish divergence, and sure enough, it did spike from here, and it did come down. It looks like it bounced off of our symmetric triangle again. It looks like it wants to continue on its way up. Again, I think this one will start to get hot. I think this one will go $7 to $8. I did mention this, I think, a week ago on Breakfast with Bulls. So again, WTRH definitely on the watch. I do like this play, and I do think that this is a good play possibly going into the week. So definitely on the watch, in my opinion. So the next one is EYES. Everybody knows EYES. I traded this one as well. I think I made like 30% on it. I didn't go too crazy on it, but it was a good, nice, solid play. I definitely went pretty heavy on it because I knew it was going to keep going, but I couldn't post a video on it in here because it went way too quick. But EYES, I'm going to go over it here on 5 minutes, on the 5 minutes, so you can see what we're looking at here. So it looks like it's creating a shoulder down. It looks like it's creating lower highs, and it looks like it's breaking down below our symmetric triangle. As you can see right here, it looks like it's actually breaking right below it. So it looks like it could be selling off here. I want to be careful on this play, especially when something goes up this high. You definitely want to not buy something that's that high up. Again, this is not a recommendation, but this is what I do. If it does break down below the symmetric triangle, which it looks like the sell volume, and there is less volume on the buy volume, so it looks like it is going to come back down. So again, EYES is definitely something that I would not be holding at this point unless it did make some type of recovery somehow, which it doesn't look like it's going to based on it breaking our symmetric triangle. But if it does, then we will have that on the watch. But it looks like it's going to be selling off at this point. EARS is another one, ears. This is another sympathy play to eyes, EYES, that we just went over. It's very similar chart, as you can see. Came up, came down, spiked up again. Not as high because it is a sympathy play. And it looks like it has a weaker spike on that play, obviously, because it's not EYES, it's ears. And this was a sympathy play. So it looks like it's going to sell off if EYES does. Again, this is just a sympathy play. It's almost like AMC to GameStop. You saw when GameStop goes up, AMC goes up. It's very similar to that. Or like Bitcoin and MARA, for example, when MARA goes up, when Bitcoin goes up, MARA goes up. So it's very similar play if you don't know what a sympathy play is. So ears is definitely sympathy to eyes. So if you're playing in ears, I would definitely watch eyes. Kind of sounds funny to say that, but ECOR, we're going to go over it here on the 4 hours so you can see. So again, this one looks like it's selling off overall. Obviously, it looks like it's going to keep coming down. Now, we do see a previous support here that it was sitting at for quite a while. So if I was going to be entering back into this one, I'd wait for this one to sell off down to our previous support, which is probably around $2. It's, around 180, 162. This one is currently sitting at $2. If it comes down to 162, maybe around then I'd be buying. But at this point, it looks like a giant piece of sell volume. So again, if it did break above 232 and hold above it at that point, I'd probably buy into it. But again, I would be careful on ECOR. But again, I did see that there was some volume coming on it. So it's something that might be on the watch, possibly for a bounce play, as it did have a ton of sell volume here, and it could bounce up here to possibly 230, have a nice little 10% bounce. But yeah, again, I would only do that if I was day trading. I would definitely be careful. QEP, my favorite play, I think this was, this one's gradually coming up nice. I think this is a pretty solid play. As you can see, the volume has been coming in. It looks like it wants to keep breaking out. QEP definitely could break out here if it needs to break this previous sell-off point. Again, we want to hold over $5, I think, and break above it. If we do break over $5, we could possibly see the $6.45 range. If it does not break above 5 and hold above it, then it definitely could be selling off. Again, we do have less buy volume here than we did previously when it was here. So we want to have more volume here to make sure that this is confirmed to go higher. If it does not have more buy volume, then it will come back down, and definitely want to watch out for that. So again, it's not a recommendation, but this is definitely a scary play on QEP. I like the way how it's gradually coming up, like I said, but I want to see that confirmation on the volume down here. But I'm going to go over the next one, OCGN. OCGN, this one, I think OCGN overall as a company is very bullish. I like how it came down. It didn't gap down from its previous gap up. Again, we did call this on its consolidation play, and we did call that it was going to break 350 and it was going to continue to break out, and it did. So we did actually trade this one, but it's consolidating still. We're still waiting for it to break this 1332 range. That is a very solid support for it. If it does create a support here at 1332, I will be buying into it. But again, we are consolidating still. It looks like it's trying to figure out if it's going to sell off and gap down, which is probably looking more favorable to that at this point. But if it does recover, we probably want to see for some more volume and see it break over 1332 in my opinion. So again, OCGN, it's always on the watch, of course, because I think this company will continue to spike up eventually, but not quite yet. I want to make sure that it does confirm that. Now, ZOM, I want to go over as well. We haven't went over this one in a while. Again, we were breaking down. It looks like it's continuing to sell off, and we want to see this one turn around and consolidate and come back up. We want to see this one break over 236. And in my opinion, I want to buy it when it breaks over $3. I think ZOM is one of those companies where a lot of people are expecting it to possibly go to $10. So I think if it does break over $3, I'll be buying into it at that point. I don't want to trade it anytime any earlier because, in my opinion, based on the way it's selling off, I think when it does actually break over $3, we're going to have a nice profitable trade regardless. So I don't think I need to enter it any early because I think ZOM, when it does pop off, it's going to go crazy. So again, ZOM is always on the watch. Over that $3 mark has always been the play. So again, we are going to continue to wait for that, and I will make a video on it if it does happen. SENS, again, we have a huge sell-off. I did like this play. We did say buy this one at the breakout right here. Now, it did continue to come up and it did continue to sell off. It looks like overall it's selling. You can see that we have less volume than before right here. So again, until that volume does turn around and we get more buy volume, we did have one huge green candle here, a few of them here that took it a little further, but it did not give it enough buy volume and it continued to come down. So again, until we do get buy volume, which might happen at its previous support line here at 90 cents. So if it does hold over $1 and continue to come back up, then maybe I'll look at it at a point when it does break our previous resistance here at 430, 424, and probably be buying it when it does break over 5, in my opinion. SENS is one of those other plays like ZOM where I'm expecting it to go crazy. And if it doesn't, then I'm not going to buy into it until it does confirm that. And again, I think if it does break new highs, it'll probably break into $78, but that is in the future. That's hopefully if it does happen. And we do have alerts set, and I will be updating you guys, of course, if that happens. Now, PLTR, the ultimate play. This is the one play that I held heavily over the weekend. I do plan on holding this one long. I like this play. I think this one eventually will come up to $60, $80 if they do get the news. But overall, I do think this is on a nice sell-off. I think it's a good point for it to be averaging down on. And I did continue to average down. And on Monday, I told you guys I averaged down to $21. And on Friday, I bought at $23. So again, I'm going to continue to average down on this one. I think this is a nice long play regardless. But PLTR, again, I do think this is a nice play. I think out of all the plays, this is probably the safest play out of all the plays that we just went over. So again, PLTR, definitely a nice play. It's not a penny stock. It is an actual mid-cap stock. So I think this one does have the potential to have a nice profitable trade, especially with the sell-off it's been having with tech being on a sell-off. But overall, I think PLTR is a nice bullish company. I think it's going to come up to $60 eventually. I really do. So again, PLTR is a nice play possibly. Again, much love to everybody. I hope you guys have been enjoying our entries and breakouts. We are going to have a Sunday night countdown as always tonight. So again, be on the lookout for that. But again, that Sunday night countdown does have our watch list that we do post every week. So again, much love to everybody that has been in the comment section. You guys have been showing me so much love. And if you guys do have a watch list, throw it in the comment section. Anything on your mind, throw it in the comment section. Again, God bless you all. And I'll see you guys in the next video.